a lot of these issues are not necessarily political. It's about right and wrong. So I happen to feel, and I tweeted an opinion about the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida. To me, it wasn't politics. It was what is right and what is wrong. And that just seemed wrong. It seemed potentially harmful to kids.
All right, guys. So we got to talk about another get woke, go broke story, right? It seems to be happening quite a bit lately as Disney CEO Bob Chapek is out at Disney, okay? They say that he stepped down, but really he got fired, right? Because he was not doing a good job. He basically came in at probably the worst time possible, right before the pandemic, and then the pandemic happened. Disney lost a whole bunch of revenue because of it, including at its theme park. They never really quite recovered there. Their streaming services projections for growth hasn't been as good as they would like it to be. Again, things just hasn't been good for this company, especially considering the fact that they have went super woke with their kids programming, including getting into a fight with Governor Ron DeSantis over the fact that they want to push sexualization on kids so bad, right? So bad that they got in a fight with Governor Ron DeSantis over it, over the so-called Don't Say Gay bill, which was really about parental rights. And I think that just kind of turned a lot of people off from Disney. And now all of a sudden, you know, this guy is out at Disney. The stock has essentially crashed into the ground. I feel terrible for anybody that has invested in Disney. Okay. And now the old CEO, Bob Iger, has returned to Disney. Now, don't see this as a win, okay? Because Bob Iger is probably woker than Bob Chapek, okay? As Bob Iger kind of started the direction of Disney going, you know, super woke. So this doesn't mean that Disney's going to change as much. It just means that they're probably going to double and triple down on it, hoping that a new CEO or the old CEO is going to help turn the ship around. Now, before this happened, I just want to get some context here. Disney, they were beginning layoffs, okay? They were having a hiring freeze. They were limiting employee travel, again, as the stock was tanking. So let's read about this, because this is kind of the financial background going on here. First, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis won re-election in a landslide victory on Tuesday. Then Disney's corporate earnings disappointed Wall Street, sending its stock crashing to new lows. Now the entertainment giant is reportedly planning layoffs, a targeted hiring freeze, and travel limitation on its employees. In a letter to top company executives obtained by multiple news outlets, Disney CEO Bob Iger said the austerity measures will be difficult but necessary. Quote, "I'm fully aware this will be a difficult process for many of you and your teams. We are going to have to make tough and uncomfortable decisions, but that is just what leadership requires. And I thank you in advance for stepping up during this important time," he wrote. "Our company has weathered many challenges during our 100-year history, and I have no doubt we will achieve our goals and create a more nimble company better suited to the environment of tomorrow." He said Disney will also be conducting, quote, "a rigorous review of the company's content and marketing spending, with all of these efforts being overseen by newly formed cost structure task force comprised of Chapek, CFO Christina McCarthy, and General Counsel Horacio Gutierrez. It remains to be seen how many workers Disney will lay off and which areas of the company they will come from." As Breitbart News reported, Disney shares plummeted this week after the company reported fiscal fourth quarter earnings that fell short of expectations, putting the company's future profitability in question. Disney revealed that it lost a stunning $1.5 billion on its streaming entertainment services as it seeks to build out Disney Plus and Hulu in an effort to compete with Netflix and other competitors. Yeah, so again, Disney, their stock has been terrible. I mean, again, if you take a look at the year-to-date chart, they're down 37.5%. Okay, 37.5% year-to-date. Over the past year, 36.29%. Past month down 3.7. Yeah, so I mean, Disney is a losing stock. Now, historically, Disney has been what we call a blue chip stock. Okay, it is a company that you know is going to do good in the future. Is a company that's going to have consistent, steady growth. Basically what they had, in the 80s, going into the 90s, the early 2000s. They really took off in the mid 2010s. you don't expect this type of volatility from a stock like Disney, right? Like you're not supposed to expect to lose 50% of your money investing in Disney, right? So again, a lot of investors are probably shocked at the losses that they're accumulating from Disney. But again, this is what happens when, you have the government pump a ton of money into these companies to keep them stable and afloat, where they don't have actual, real sources of revenue coming in to match that, that growth that they're seeing in the stock. And then people kind of realize, okay, this stock is overvalued. And then they start to sell, right? There's a huge sell-off, which has caused some financial problems for Disney. Again, I feel bad for the employees there, but at the same time, there were employees there that was pushing the woke stuff, pushing the sexualization of kids in school, saying that, no, it's totally fine for that to happen, pushing for these cartoons to go woke. And this is something that Disney has doubled and tripled down on, right? They even threatened to lobby to essentially buy politicians to repeal the legislation, a piece of legislation that gives parents more power. Disney declared war on the parents. Again, so, I mean, what can I say? I feel bad that some people are losing their jobs, but hey, this is what the company bought on themselves by going woke. They could have done just as good by just sticking to traditional content that doesn't involve, same-sex cartoon characters being in relationships and kissing. So with that being said, again, Bob Iger has returned as CEO, which is the exact opposite of what he said would happen.
But one of the things, the CNBC polled 10 media executives anonymously about their 2022 predictions, and one was that you'll return to Disney.
As what?
I don't know. A Mickey Mouse character.
Yes.
There are rumors that you could become Disney's CEO again.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I was CEO for a long time. You can't go home again. I'm gone.
Really? It's happened before. Starbucks?
I gave my ID up, my name tag up.
Okay.
My office, my email address, it's all gone. I think if I wanted to run a company, I'd still be running Disney. No, I did that.
Yeah, so he was 100% wrong about that. Disney CEO Bob Chapek went woke, now he's broke. In a statement on Sunday, Susan Arnold, chairman of Disney's board of directors, announced Chapek has stepped down from his position as head of the company, and former CEO Bob Iger will be returning from retirement to take back the reins of power, aka he got fired, right? They forced him out. They was like, we're done with you. We thank Chapek for his service to Disney over his long career, including navigating the company through the unprecedented challenges of the pandemic. The statement said the board has concluded that as Disney embarks on an increasingly complex period of industry transformation, Bob Iger is uniquely situated to lead the company through this pivotal period. As noted by The Hollywood Reporter, Chapek exited after signing a multi-year contract in June, despite a turbulent year of leadership, during which he plunged the company deep into woke politics by exposing Florida's anti-groomer law that barred teachers from discussing sexuality with third graders. The move proved disastrous on Chapek's part when the state of Florida stripped Disney of its special tax jurisdiction that essentially allowed it to function like a city government. On the content front, Chapek's Disney took the political posturing even further, whether it was casting a trans non-binary actress in Marvel's Ironheart or including a same-sex kiss in a children's movie like Lightyear, which bombed at the box office. Yeah, I mean, that wokeness literally killed that movie, right? Wokeness just flat out destroyed that movie. The Disney brand became so undeniably toxic in recent months that the company's bottom line fell outright from under it, leading to layoffs, drops in stock prices, and overall negative employee morale. Disney's corporate earnings disappointed Wall Street, sending its stock crashing to new lows. Now the entertainment giant is reportedly planning layoffs, a targeted hiring freeze, and travel limitation on its employees, reported Breitbart News entertainment reporter David No earlier this month. In a letter to employees at the time, Disney CEO Bob Chapek said the company will be making tough and uncomfortable decisions. Yeah, so they were going to lay people off, right? And, that's the direction that the company was going in, but they've decided that, maybe Chapek is not the guy, right? Now, again, does that mean things will change under Bob Iger? Probably not, right? They're probably going to double and triple down on wokeness, which, again, I think that they believe that it doesn't have anything to do with that. Right? It doesn't have anything to do with wokeness as much as it has to do with probably the environment, okay? The competitive environment when we're talking about competing against Netflix with the streaming service, or they're talking about, the theme parks and getting them back running after the pandemic and recovery. I think that's probably what they think it is more than anything, right? Which is, again, why you would bring back a guy that started the woke movement at Disney in the first place. So we'll see, right? If they can make a recovery, who knows? Maybe it wasn't the wokeness, okay? Maybe it was just a challenging business environment at the time for Bob Chapek, and he just wasn't doing a good job of navigating it. Maybe Bob Iger is just a better manager. Who knows? Or maybe the stock continues to tank, the company continues to do bad because they have gone too woke. So we'll have to see. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.